Hello, Wargamers. Welcome back. Purple Druid presents. This is going to be kind of a new feature. I'm not sure what to call it. I hesitate to call it Sunday Summary, but it's going to be different from Miniature Monday. In any case, I have some time tonight, and I wanted to go over some of the things that I've been working on in the past week, and also future projects and upcoming opportunities for y'all to get involved. So, welcome to the show. First off, I want to thank everyone that has been watching and sharing the Let's Play video of the Electronic Dungeons & Dragons Labyrinth. Those videos have been the most popular videos on my channel, so that's very exciting. So again, thank you so much. And right now, let's go ahead and talk about what we've been working on. So I have my Wargame notebook. Check it out. And I've been doing a lot of work lately on the project Hex Trail. And that is a campaign management system run with a game board and a couple of resource trackers. And as the development has progressed, it looks like it could be a board game in and of itself. In addition, the mechanics have changed quite a bit, and it looks like it's going to become a card-driven game. So what I've done is I have created some card templates that I'll be cutting out and putting into card sleeves. And each of these cards will contain some fun information. Let's see here, where have I got that? Here we go. So each card will have a name. There will be a number in the corner that will be a activation priority number. There will be a weather symbol. There will be 2 events that may occur when you play this card. One of them will be what happens when you have the initiative and what happens when you do not. We'll also be controlling courier movement, caravan movement, and army movement with this card. So there will be a number on here. So when it's time to move a token for a courier or a caravan or an army, you'll play one of your cards, and that will determine how far you can move. And then each card will have special rules for, or I should say, related to the card name. So as an example, the commander card will have a special role. Play this card to re-roll morale in battle. So as you may recall, there will be 4 or 5 battle situations in the campaign tracker. And when you get to that battle, you'll either get out your miniatures or resolve it in another way, some other way. I will provide at least one way to resolve the battle without resorting to miniatures as part of the game, and it will utilize the cards and any included tokens as well. So then you have your quartermaster, play to add 5 supply. So you'll be able to play these cards in a variety of fashions. I believe that as of right now, we'll have 5 cards in your hand, possibly 6. It all depends, and that is part 2 of tonight's discussion, which is the GMT solo card-driven game tool. And so we have a card tracker that tracks up to 5 cards, although theoretically you could have more cards in your hand. And this is a method of playing a card-based game by yourself that limits your choices and reduces the cognitive load for playing both sides of what could be fairly complicated game. There are also specific rules with this download for other games. One of them being Commands and Colors, Ancients, which I have just received in the mail. And at the end of this video, we'll go ahead and crack open that box. So in any case, this is what I've been working on. This is what I'll probably work on the next couple of days, is getting these cards filled out. I do have, let's see, where is it? Oh, here we go. So I've started filling these out by hand. You can see here, for instance, we have a cavalry card. It is priority 3. It has cloudy weather. The event, if you have the initiative, is that you meet a local guide and you're able to move up 1 row on the campaign tracker. If you don't have the initiative, you get camp sickness and move down 2 rows. Your courier can move 3 spaces, your caravan can move 2 spaces, and your army can move d6 plus 1. The other cavalry card here, again, priority 3, cloudy weather. Supporters join the cause, you move up 1 row. If you don't have the initiative, desertions due to lack of pay, move down 1 row. And on this card, if you play it, your courier moves 4, your caravan reaches its destination, and the army is able to move d6 plus 2. So you've got a variety of cards that will be available, and I think that will make it really interesting. I just have to come up with a few more of those events yeah, let's call them events anyway. So that's where we're at with Hex Trail. It's moving right along. I'm pretty excited. I do have a basic game board laid out. I know you've seen that before, so I'll not show you that yet. All right, what else we got? Upcoming book club. Well, let's talk about this. I did a short video about Victorian board games by Olivia Bristol earlier. There's some really cool games in here. One of the first that I'm going to review and explore is this one, The Prince's Quest. I am working on duplicating this game board, getting it made into a large PDF that you can print and tape those sheets together, and then I'll provide some game pieces as well. And this will probably get loaded up to the Substack that's starting next month, and subscribers will be able to then download those components and play this game for themselves. Next up, Campaign Book Club. I have some new editions that just came in. Wargame Campaigns by C.S. Grant. This came in a little while ago, but it is next on the queue for reading and putting together a review. And from the History of Wargames project, I have pulled down and ordered a couple of these. Joseph Morschauser's How to Play Wargames in Miniature. This is volume 3. Now, these books are edited by Dr. John Curry. Just came out this year. There's a whole bunch of these that have come out, and they describe war games, miniatures, and rules from back in the day, way, way back. Some obviously older than others. This one, I believe, was originally published. Oh, goodness. It doesn't say. In any case, we're going to do some deep reviews on these gaming books. Here, this one, Discovering War Games series, has 3 different books, again edited by John Curry. We have Rules for Wargaming by Arthur Taylor, Medieval Campaign and Battle Rules by I think it's William Lamming, and then Discovering War Games by John Tunstall. And this is an introduction to tabletop battles and miniature warfare. All 3 books are in this one slim volume. So each of these will get its own video and deep dive. And for subscribers to the Substack, there will also be additional text and pictures and diagrams and such. Next up, magazines. I have picked up a whole stack of magazines recently. Strategy and Tactics for September, October of this year, featuring the First Punic War, so that should be some interesting reading. War Games, Soldiers, and Strategy. I found this at a local bookstore. They don't always have it, so I went ahead and got a digital subscription, much less expensive. In fact, I think the whole year was less than just one magazine costs. And even though I don't really like reading magazines and rule books and such on online or in a digital format, I think I will make an exception in this case. I also have a couple of new-ish War Games Illustrated. This one came with a frame of Epic Battles miniatures from Warlord Games. And while I have taken this out of the bag, I have not taken time to determine if they're Prussian infantry or Prussian Landwehr. And then this is War Games Illustrated 415 from July of this year. And it has an article about Partisan. It has what looks like designer's notes from Daniel Mercy on Lion Rampant 2nd edition. And a new battle report, which you can see here, Soldiers of Napoleon. So that will be a lot of fun in getting ready for the Imaginations campaign. And finally, the last magazine is C3I, which has just come in the last couple of days. This contains a couple of games, Burma, the Forgotten War, and there's also a Roman Empire campaign in here as well. And finally, the last book that's come in is Khaldun by Starlight by Jim Webster. This should complete my Jim Webster collection of wargame rules and campaign rules. This book just came out in May of this year, 2022. And according to the back, it is written to expand and supplement Hell by Starlight campaigns and expand your trading experience. So I think we can do a really fun sort of sci-fi campaign with this, with possibly less emphasis on battles and more emphasis on small-scale action. I am very curious, though, about whether or not I can implement a campaign with this utilizing the Hex Trail format. So when we get around to this set of books in the evaluation process, the review process, this will definitely be going in the Substack, and we'll definitely have some playtest information for subscribers. And now that I'm talking about this, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Substack. when I get to these in the process of the book club, like I said, I'm going to do a long, detailed review for the Substack subscribers. There will be a video, and there will be also a text article. I will also make a shorter version of the video, which will be posted on the public YouTube channel in the Campaign Book Club playlist. Now, the text portion of the Substack post will include additional notes, pictures, diagrams, that sort of thing. If it inspires any specific gaming ideas, like I got with Tony Bath and the Scouting mini game, that will also go up for subscribers to check out and then be able to download on their own and playtest if they'd like. And certainly you would be invited to comment, make suggestions. We can make changes and continue the playtest. Any of those playtest information things will stay on the Substack and stay in the private community for us to discuss before they are made available out in the wild. The Substack plan also includes a complete design journal for Project Hex Trail, which is the campaign management board game I mentioned earlier. Anyone who subscribes as a founder for the Substack on an annual basis will get access. Ooh, sorry about that. Excuse me. And where was I? Anyone who subscribes as a founder on an annual basis to the Substack will get access to all of the playtest materials for Project Hex Trail and a physical copy of the near complete playtest version of the game as it nears its final stages. This will probably be US only, so I apologize for that in advance. However, we will see what postage fees look like when we get there, and for those that are interested, I can certainly make downloadable content available if you'd like to build your own game. And finally, for regular content on the Substack, there will be at least 2 entries per month, and one of them, or a third, will always have some form of downloadable gaming content, whether it's a mini game like the Scouting game or a antique style board game like The Prince's Quest or Siege of Paris. Definitely there will be a downloadable game available every month for you to check out and enjoy. And then finally, we get to, I know, the part you've all been waiting for. Hopefully no one has just fast forwarded to this portion. Commands and Colors Ancients. We're going to unbox this bad boy right now and see what's in here. It came this afternoon while my wife and I were out to lunch, and I've literally been dying to open this. So here we go. Oh, it's a pretty heavy box. I hope that's a good sign. That's usually a good sign anyway. Alright, what we've got here. Oh, sealed in plastic. Love it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. This is one of the terrain hex pieces from the Battlecry game. And I know I tweeted earlier that I'm really hoping the campaign or game board map that's in here has the same size hexes as this. So let's see. Let's see what we got. This is heavy. I got some suction there. Alright. So, this is cool. We get to assemble our own. So we got just 2 colors. Is it just 2 colors? 3 colors? Brown and gray? Huh. Interesting. I saw a blog earlier that had all sorts of colors. So you see, these are the battle dice. Very cool. Commands and Colors Ancients. Driven by cards for us to use on the solo card system. We have our rulebook. Scenarios. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Oh, and then, here we go, test. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. So exciting. Oh, we're going to be able to mix and match. This is going to be just fantastic. Now, this board is a lot smaller. Well, it might be the same size, but it's folded up a lot smaller. Let's see how big it gets. I'm always amazed by these bags that are literally exactly the size of whatever is going inside. All right, so here we have a complete game board. It's upside down. And give me just a second. I'm going to go grab the Battle Cry board. Shazam! Okay. The Battle Cry board is almost exactly the same size as Command and Colors. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can slide this over. On the right here, my fingers are holding these together. And here on the left, you can see there's just a smidge longer. Outstanding. And I am so excited, however, that the hexes are the same size. Let's get back in the middle here. There we go. So we have the Battle Cry terrain that we can use. And we can also use the same terrain for Commands and Colors. Excellent. All right, so let's fold this up. Let's see what else we have in the box. All right, so we have a reference sheet. It's actually a reference folder. So we have battles, momentum, block sticker graphics, your leaders, mounted units, foot units, how many close combat dice we get, and then we have a list of the cards. Oh boy, this is really something. I am Spartacus. Well, now. All right, very cool. So, range combat and close combat. So we have two of those folders. And then apparently this looks like a sticker sheet. Lots and lots of stickers for our Romans and Carthaginians. And it now just occurs to me that the blog I saw earlier had an expansion set, so they had more colors of blocks, but that's no problem because those blocks are available online. And then we have 1, 2, it looks like 3 sheets of double-sided hexagons. Look at that. We have some walls. We can make little fortifications. We have camps. Oh my goodness, this is going to be astounding. So, all right, so that's it. So, yes, we have 3 double-sided sheets. What is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 45 terrain markers, plus all the terrain markers that come with Battlecry. So we have a lot of terrain. We can do a lot of different things. This is really exciting. I'll have to look into the expansions and see what's available, because Paul's other wargame blog, he is doing a very fun Hyborian Age campaign, which he's basing on a little bit of our friend Tony Bath. So it looks like there's 4, 5, 6 sticker sheets, and this one has a bunch of blank stickers. Well, that's pretty exciting. All right, well, I'm really excited about reading the rules for this, taking a good deep dive. Oh, let's look at the scenario book. Yeah, this is funny. It looks a lot like Battlecry in terms of the layouts, putting your terrain down, where to start your armies. Oh boy, I'll bet this is... There is no reason we can't switch that terrain back and forth. And when we get around to playing both games, we will definitely be digging into what kind of mix and match we can do. This is really great. So I'm excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. Next few days. Next week, I think next week, I'll get to putting the stickers on the various blocks that we have here. I can't really call them cubes because they're flat. But blocks is a good enough term. There's a lot of them here. I mean, there's a lot. Those sheets have a lot of stickers. Definitely have some cool campaign things that we can be doing with these, and applying these same principles to the Hex Trail, I think, and American Civil War, Napoleonics, medieval, fantasy. I think there is a lot of room for doing some really, really interesting things with these rules. So there you have it. Command and Colors Ancients. If you haven't seen what's in it, now you know. I want to say this was $50. I think that's a really good price for what's included in here, considering the amount of money I have spent on assorted components, which I have to say, honestly, I have enough components to make 4 games. So yeah, $50, not a bad price for what you get in this box. Definitely a very strong value. So that's where we are on Sunday. What day is it? 27th? August 27th, 2022. This is Purple Druid signing off. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. Please stay tuned for the big Substack announcements that will be made later this week. And tomorrow night, Miniature Monday is going to feature the Milton Bradley American Heritage game, Civil War. So we're going to play with that. I think that will be a 2-parter. We'll get started with an introduction to the game, to the rules, and to the setup. And that will probably take most of the time I have allotted. And then hopefully Tuesday night we can play a short game and see how that works. Second on the Let's Play list will then be Battlecry. And then the third one will be this, Commands and Colors. So you all have a great week. I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave comments and questions in the space below. And I'm also going to throw in a couple of links for blogs and other related information. Thanks again and have a great night. Keep on gaming.